Hey folks, welcome to another edition of Posi-TIPS with Rachelle. Last time I kicked off this new series on your life purpose. Don't leave Earth without it. This time I want to continue this conversation by highlighting a very quick but yet important point, and that is an obstacle, a major obstacle to you fulfilling your life's purpose and living a purpose-driven life, and that is fear. Fear, 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 fear. Fear, self-doubt, insecurity, worry, all of those negative feelings and those negative emotions will attempt to sabotage your journey towards living a purpose-driven life, because you'll wonder and you'll worry and you'll fear and you'll doubt and you'll fret. All right, you have all this anxiety about what will people say, what will people think, what if I fail, what if it doesn't work out, what if I look like a fool. But the bottom line is people are going to think what they want to think. People are going to say what they want to say. You can't control that. I mean, you may try to allow others to control your life essentially by knowing that all they have to do is say a certain thing, and then you're going to run or change course or go in a different direction, whatever the case may be. Or, just that fear of other people's reactions. What are they going to say? What are they going to think? What am I going to do? All of that is just fear and just insecurity and the doubt, the self-doubt of, do I have what it takes? Am I good enough? Are people going to like me? All of that. I mean, just think about that. How much time do people spend in life being bombarded, allowing themselves to be successfully bombarded with negative feelings and emotions? And the answer to that, as we all know, is a lot. So it takes certainly a great deal of courage and a great deal of confidence, and that's why confidence is something I always come back to in these episodes, year after year, regardless of if it's a Fitness Friday Posi-TIPS episode or if it's a non-Fitness Friday Posi-TIPS episode like this one. Confidence is something I always like to come back to, because confidence is such just a fundamental ingredient to a happy life, to a successful life, to certainly a purpose-driven life. Because what we have here, and I alluded to this last time, we have this just an epidemic of people that just want a job, that just want a paycheck. I mean, and there's a lot of HR, human resources studies that can certainly back this up to show that many employees these days, regardless of field, regardless of industry, regardless of job type, many employees are disengaged, meaning they're just there to get a paycheck. They don't care about the mission for the company. They've not bought into the vision of the organization. They're not trying to contribute to the best of their ability. They're there to keep doing as much as they can do, or as little as they can do in some cases, to keep the paycheck coming. There's no passion, there's no purpose, there's no happiness, there's no fulfillment. All of that is lacking because just the end of the day, I'm just trying to get paid. I don't care. I don't care. Just an emotional detachment. And there was a fascinating read. It was actually a book on some inspirational people, and it just really caught my attention when I specifically read the story of Mother Teresa, and Mother Teresa and all the great works that she did during the course of her life, but in the early days when she was pursuing her calling, and she actually asked someone, how do I know if this is my calling, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing? And that advice that she gave is certainly something that is powerful even today. And that is, you will have an inner happiness. And I saw that quote, and it's inner happiness, an inner happiness. So when you think about, the work that you do every day, your career, your job, your vocation, whatever the case may be, do you have an inner happiness? And I assure you, when you're pursuing your life purpose, when you're pursuing your life's calling, when you're in that direction that so few people in society ever are able to do or even willing to do, there, yes, will be an inner happiness, And that's why you have people, just in many cases, you have these kind of shocking stories by society standards. You have shocking examples of people that may be, in multi-million-dollar positions in terms of their salaries, that all of a sudden decide to retire, just up and quit, and decide to perhaps become an actor, or I always wanted to be a comedian, and they look back on their lives and they have absolutely no regrets and are super, super happy, again, having that inner happiness, but also more than anything, perhaps regretting not having made that decision sooner. And so those examples abound, certainly, of people, the courageous people, the very small segment of the population who is willing to pursue their life dream, their life purpose, and just add value to society in that way, in their own unique way in which they were created. And it's just a wonderful thing to see. And so really think about that concept. I want to leave that in this whole aspect of just fear and overcoming fears, and you got to continue to work on fears. There's a boatload of resources to deal with overcoming fears and all of that. But just, I want to leave you with this nugget here on just the importance of, like Mother Teresa. And of course, no one is saying that was her calling. And it's very important from a standpoint of confidence and just inner security of knowing what your calling is. Don't waste 20 years of your life, 30 years, 40 years of your life pursuing someone else's calling. Or perhaps pursuing a calling that isn't truly yours. Perhaps someone thought you would be good at doing that, or thought you would be an excellent this type of professional, and you're really not. You don't like it, you're unhappy, you're miserable. It happens every day of the week. So just really think about this concept of inner happiness. What does that mean for you? What career path, what vocation, what calling would produce that inner happiness in you? And as a result, that happiness that you have, within was certainly going to radiate to the world. And that'll be something that you can share with others, that you can give to others. You can't give away what you don't have. If you're unfulfilled, living a purposeless life, just kind of floating along, going along with the status quo, it's going to be hard for you to encourage other people to pursue their life's vision, their life calling, and their life purpose. So that's all I have for you this time, folks. So just remember, fear is going to try to hold you back. Fear is going to try to hold you back. Don't let it hold you back. There's a reason why that acronym, somebody created that acronym, that fear stands for false evidence appearing real. Many times in life, what people fear never even happens. Yes, sometimes it does happen, but also you've got to have the confidence to know that regardless of what happens, you have the ability to handle it, good or bad. All right, so folks, I can't wait until next time. I look forward to continue this conversation. So stay tuned, and remember, I am positively passionate about your success.